So this is good. Here we go. All right. No delays, no issues, but here is the Mundo in the jungle. Very excited to see what Pyoshik's going to be able to put together. Most likely going to be the, what is it, the Frostfire Gauntlet build that most people are going these days.
You get big,
and of course,
slow.
Just as many tank items as possible.
So I think Mundo kind of, obviously he's not exactly the same as Udyr, but he has kind of the same niche where he will power clear the jungle, thanks to his W in a pretty excessive speed. His early dueling is actually a lot stronger than a lot of people might expect.
Especially after the buffs to his Q.
Oh yeah.
Well.
It's not just your Q, it's like the combination of the Q in of itself is really strong. I say...
oh, he might just get solo killed as the orb comes down. There's the shockwave. Solka taking a lot of damage. Kara's eating through this potion as fast as he can. And he's going to say he got a lot of value.
More general utility, right? And mobility as well. And that is something that Mundo is just not going to have until you actually get to the teamfight stage. I think he's a great duelist, but he doesn't bring CC, right? We see some fights and we start to see some action. I don't really know what to expect as Rascal goes in here.
Yeah, good little stun as the dice comes out as well. Kingen gonna have to try and kite this one as best he can. You can see Rascal holding onto the flash, knows that the trade flash should be there as old Kingen flashes into the brush. Clit is here though. Kingen still trying to hop out, gets it onto the last minion in the queue. And now Clid's still looking for it. Kingen knows that he needs to keep running as the spear is going to miss the flash forward, and that's going to do it. Clid locks down the first blood for Genji, and they knew exactly how important that was. Snowballing this top.
That people was
that step was really nice, but it may not be enough as Becca is going to get the flash out. There's the two-man shockwave, but the face break is too good, and Solka will lock down the kill on the Orianna. Shelly being put down as Kingen gets a Nara onto the wall, but the spear is going to connect. The wallop only onto one as Clid looking to chase him down, and you can see Rascal just backs away and says, yep, you can have it, Clid. 2-0 now for this Nidalee. Real scary. And it looks like might actually get dove here. Shelly, she's going to pop down, and yeah, these gonks are starting to hurt from Pyoshik as well, who has that ulti running. Gets underneath this turret. They do want this dive, but Clid's going to turn up now. The turret down extraordinarily low, and the teleport comes in from Genji. Pyoshik a little bit too far forward, and he will be taken down. The Nidalee gets another kill. Now,
we see Clid also going towards that bot side.
There's the phase breaker. The showstopper comes down. Life in a lot of trouble as Pyoshik. Can he land the cleaver? Looks like the answer is going to be yes. Haymaker comes down. Pyoshik actually grabs the kill in the end as Clid looking to come on in here. Moonshot does come in, but not actually able to do enough. And Ruler will just clear up this minion wave, not being able to actually answer with any sort of kill as they are setting up here. Becca on a ward. Now Pyoshik not so much. Now they're looking to go home. As okay, another face breaker comes in. Ruler knew that he was there as the flash out from Bao, and that's what Ruler was expecting. He's just got too much damage. What the heck was that spear avoided from Bao there? And the flash forward from Clid, that's awkward. That's real uncomfortable. Zhonya's does come in, the flash, and Ruler grabs the kill, takes a couple of turret shots and survives. The cleaver goes wide. What the hell? On their rotation down, they should be able to get here for a potential 50-50 if they want this fight. But Becca not actually going to have time to get any sort of flank, and Rascal is in the perfect position. Clid locks down the Cloud Drink. That's Cloud Soul. You can see Rascal moving into the backside. I say Soul, I mean Soul Point, as there's a two-man shockwave. Big Gnar into the back as Rascal hasn't been able to get in on this one at all. And look at Ruler. He cleanses the Ignite at exactly the right time, but it's not enough. He's still out of this one, and it's a double kill for the Mundo. Give him the triple DRX. He deserves it. As Rascal's trying to get out of there. He failed flashes, though, unfortunately, and they should be able to get him. The Void Seeker's going to connect, and there are the boomerangs. Becca not actually able to find the Haymaker, and Rascal's just a little bit too fast. And so I think he should be able to make it. 3,300 damage for Dr. Mundo, by the way. This guy's the carry as much as they can, and they are going to be able to do so. Clid going to be a little bit late to the party, as you can see. In goes King, and Clid's immediately going to go golden as Life pushed against the wall. Clid might just be out of this fight immediately as teleport comes down from Genji. Ruler is free hitting though, and that GA that we were talking about is not going to quite find that value. Life standing on top of him as Rascal just slicing on him there. He's in the Thunderdome that this Dragon Pit has created, but Ruler had full control, and unfortunately DRX chose the wrong fight. As Void Seeker's going wide, Boomerang's going wide, Trophy's going wide. And Rascal, he's going to stop Becca from being able to get in here, actually, as you can see.
I love the flank control here. This is something that they had a really big problem with in the first game. And it looks like they might have solved it here.
Yep, another gong comes in here as the Moonlight Vigil goes down. That's going to be the steal, actually, from the Kai'Sa, but I don't know whether it's going to matter as Pyosik goes down way too low. Bao gets over the wall, and it's looking like a whitewash. Into the backline goes Rascal and just obliterates DRX. Kingen looks for the ulti onto Karis, but he just Zhonya's, then flashes, and then he's able to take down Bao as well. Over the wall goes Kingen. Rule is still alive, by the way, and this means that the game is most likely over. Kingen trying to waste as much time as possible, but Rascal has a teleport, and they'll be able to grab this Guardian Angel and take down the Gnar pretty comfortably. That's the ace, and that should be the game. We're going to a game 3 once again, as we're not going to be having dinner, but we're going to eat League of Legends for dinner, as we've got as much of it as we can possibly have. Ruler should easily get rid of these. And Genji, they fight back in game number 2.
6 games on the first day, I'll take it. Incredible performance from Genji here after a really shaky game number 1. I'm very happy that they... Yeah, thank you, Ruler. We were already talking you up. Thank you for backing me up with like 22.7k damage.
Bao's damage is certainly not looking the same, as the drop-off on this damage graph on DRX's side is certainly not what you want to see. No. Ruler was put in a position where he was able to choose...
Genji was able to take game number 2, and we're going the distance for tonight. Heading over to game number 6, and Pyosik is bringing another new meta. This time around, this was jungle Mundo. It's been a long while since we saw it last played here in the LCK, and we are expecting this to happen as he was spamming this jungle Mundo in the solo queue. However, we're not able to see a success game coming out from Mundo. Well, this game was a loss because of the Mundo pick, but still we saw some of the limits that this champion has, basically. Genji was being emotional after they were tilted by this Udyr pick in the jungle, but this time around it was really interesting to see that DRX was actually getting emotional with this Gnar and Mundo pick, and they dived onto the opponents too deep. I also agree. DRX always come with some of the very awkward kind of comp. Sometimes it doesn't really look super good, it doesn't look super bad, but still, those kind of picks are in the awkward kind of position here in the league, but sometimes they're able to pull off a win, but sometimes they fall apart. Even though when the Renekton and Nidalee are in a better spot at some point of the game, they go over eagerly and they kind of give away the victory over to the opponent. So we also want to criticize some of those plays coming out from the DRX player as a whole. So for example, when DRX actually has an extended fight, it kind of also buys time for Genji to re-engage, so they have to work on those mistakes. So let's take a look at this highlight where actually Ruler draw the gank from the opponent, was able to turn the fight around. Before Leona died, she was able to place a ward down on that rush. Leona was not even able to get this aftershock proc, but let's see how Genji turns this fight around. This fight wasn't a bad trade for DRX, but they looked for another engagement, but that was all read by the ward in the brush. The Ruler actually walks forward in order to draw the opponent's. Aphelios has some better weapons set up for this kind of skirmish, so we could see that Ruler was pretty much confident for this extended fight. And some of the fights, the trophy that was stolen away from Cloud Templar was really intimidating, but still, DRX was not able to close out the game with a win. And let's take a look at this fight where DRX managed to actually stop the soul away from Genji. This is a play where DRX players got a little bit too emotional because they were able to actually stop the Dragon Soul on the side of Genji, but they actually go in for a fight even after picking up the Drake. But we have to keep in mind that bottom duos had a lot of money in their pockets. So going in for that fight was not the ideal decision, because once the bottom duos can return and purchase the item and finish their core items, this could have been a lot better for them to win the fight. But as Kingyan and Pyosik ran into the opponents, they got overextended looking for some engagement when their teammates were very behind and also very isolated with a lot of gold in their pocket. Also, we have to keep in mind that Mundo is way slower than Udyr, so Pyosik also has to keep that in mind in order to have a successful game on Mundo. And Ruler picks up the POG with this Aphelios game. Perfect mind game from Ruler over here, kind of forcing the opponents to come for an extended fight and turning it around 2v3. A perfect understanding of the Aphelios weapons as well. And based on this fight, Ruler was able to accelerate his lead. This is the fight where we criticize the emotional play coming out from the DRX players. Which means Genji was also able to tilt the opponents with the Zonia play, especially from the clean with that bottom lane turret dive. When Genji banned out Udyr, we could tell that Genji is finding the grasp of the pick and bans up against DRX, and perfect score of POG vote going over to Ruler from this Game2 performance. A very outstanding performance coming up this World Champion AD carry, and we are now moving on to the decider game of the series, game number 3. So I will throw it back to our casters. Thank you.